Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources. Updating daily at 6 a.m. New York.
Mirror World News.
March 25, 5:17 America, New York. Putin's regime, under serious threat for the first time, as sanctions bite Russia. Putin is furious because many young soldiers in the National Guard, a paramilitary force whose peacetime role was to quell protests in Russian cities, are protesting themselves.
BBC News World.
March 25, 5:15 America, New York. Clarence Thomas, wife of Supreme Court judge, called for election to be overturned. Text messages reveal Virginia Thomas pushed ex-President Trump's staff not to concede the election.
New York Times World News.
March 25, 5:14 America, New York. A surge in cases in Shanghai is testing China's zero-COVID strategy. China's largest city, which has seen few cases since the start of the pandemic, is now experiencing a surge in the latest challenge to the country's zero-tolerance approach to the virus. Delivery workers passed food over a barrier at the edge of a locked-down Shanghai neighborhood on Wednesday.
Mirror World News.
March 25, 5:04 America, New York. North Koreans cheer launch of huge deadly missile in bizarre propaganda footage. The huge, new intercontinental ballistic missile, ICBM, dubbed the HWASONG-17, was launched on Thursday, and now North Korea has released footage showing military officials cheering moments after.
New York Times World News.
March 25, 5 o'clock America, New York. Retired doctors' protest gets attention of Spanish banks. A campaign by a 78-year-old retired doctor with Parkinson's disease against banks closing branches and moving services online resonates with a rapidly aging Spanish population. Carlos San Juan de Lordan at his bank in Valencia.
Time.
March 25, 4:27 America, New York. Moscow has forcibly taken more than 400,000 Ukrainians to Russia, Ukraine says. Kyiv, Ukraine. Ukraine accused Moscow on Thursday of forcibly taking hundreds of thousands of civilians from shattered Ukrainian cities to Russia, where some may be used as hostages, to pressure Kyiv to give up.
Mirror World News.
March 25, 4:24 America, New York. Ukraine counterattack forces back overstretched, demoralized Russian troops near Kyiv. Ukraine's forces launched a series of counterattacks which forced back demoralized, under-resourced Russian troops, pushing them further away from the capital Kyiv.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines, Sky News.
March 25, 3:37 America, New York. Supreme Court rules in favor of Texas death row inmate in legal row. Death row inmates must be allowed to have pastors pray aloud and even touch them during their executions after the U.S. Supreme Court sided with a prisoner awaiting the lethal injection. File. This undated photo provided by the Texas Department of Criminal Justice shows John Henry Ramirez, a Texas death row inmate.
New York Times World News.
March 25, 3:33 America, New York. Recurring floods, and other disasters, take their toll. Besieged communities bond through adversity.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines, Sky News.
March 25, 3:29 America, New York. North Korea confirms Kim Jong-un's new missile launch and releases photos. North Korea has confirmed it tested its biggest intercontinental ballistic missile, under the supervision of Kim Jong-un. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un walks away from what state media report as an AMP. Number 34. New type an AMP. Number 34. Of intercontinental ballistic missile, ICBM.
Fox World News.
March 25, 2:07 America, New York. Putin banked on Obama's appeasement to continue under Biden, sparking Russo-Ukrainian war, expert. President Biden has hired many of the same Russia experts employed by the Obama administration, according to expert.
Time.
March 25, 2 o'clock America, New York. Ukrainians don't blame just Putin for the war. They blame Russians. It was coming up on 5 a.m., and we were still at the casino. Our hotel in Lviv boasted a basement filled with card tables, slot machines, and a full-sized roulette wheel, which is where my friend and I sat, waiting out that morning's air raid.
BBC News World.
March 25, 0:35 America, New York. Russia considers accepting Bitcoin for oil and gas. Friendly countries may be allowed to pay for energy with cryptocurrency amid widespread sanctions.
BBC News World.
March 25, 0:28 America, New York. Great Barrier Reef. Australia confirms new mass bleaching event. It is the fourth time since 2016 that such a devastating event has been found, Australia says.
Washington Post World.
March 25. 001 America New York. U.S. weighs engagement with Venezuela, a Russian foothold in America's backyard. Senior U.S. officials this month held their highest-level meeting with Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro in years.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines, Sky News.
March 24. 23:59 America New York. Could Zelensky appear at the Oscars? Organizers keep coy as stars prepare to show love to Ukraine. Over the years, among the tears, triumphs, and total disasters, the Academy Awards have long been a platform for political sentiment. Ukraine and AMP. Number 39. President Volodymyr Zelensky attends an interview with the media as Russia and AMP. Number 39. Attack on Ukraine continues, in Kyiv, Ukraine March 21, 2022.